Hello everyone! So, we have been gifted with the Contraptions DLC today. Now, to be honest, I wasn't really expecting much from this one. It seemed quite gimmicky. Holy shit, was I completely wrong. I think the fact as well I didn't really expect what it was expect what I was going to get out of it. Just the amount of stuff we've been given in the game is absolutely insane, to the point where I would argue it's better than Wasteland Workshop. I wouldn't say, maybe compare the two, but the thing is with this one, I can see myself literally using everything. To us, like the cages and the arena stuff, I think I had 2 arena battles. Obviously Concrete's amazing, but before I go into it, I'm just going to kind of quickly just go over all of the items. Before I do, let me just show you a couple of things that I've put together. There's quite so much that I didn't build very much, but I want to show you a few things, which is some of my favourite stuff. So, firstly, this is a firework mortar and a switch that I shoot and activates. The firework mortar allows you to actually change the weather. So this one here, up we go. Whoop. Yeah. Now, obviously, those of you who have been subscribed for a while know that I absolutely despise the fog and shitty weather. Anyone who actually makes any building videos for Fallout, unless they're on PC, knows my pain. So I'm going to quickly get rid of this. Now, if you ever want to find out, I'll show you how to make these in a second, but they get deposited in your MISC tab in case you're curious. You also get a Radstorm one and a clear one, which is the one I'm going to be using quite a lot more. So it's quite straightforward to use. And yup. I'm going to be using those a lot. So much. So excited. Incidentally, this means the Far Harbor videos and finishing off the settlements there will not cause me even remotely the same amount of stress. I'm a little bit disappointed. I was hoping that was going to spin. But unless it spins very fast, it doesn't. That's a shame. But before I actually go through the items, let me show you something else. So I did have a fiddle with the elevators as well. This was an absolute nightmare to put up, by the way, purely because this building wasn't the exact right height, and I had to go a little weird. But anyway, let's pop in here. I've also used the scaffolding as supports. Ignore this rather messy connection to the actual platform. As I said, you can see it was slightly the wrong height, and I'm going to sort that in a second. So those are the elevators, by the way. But let me just show you how you make the fireworks, because this stuff is outside the actual menu. The workshop. So basically, they're in the section here. Firework shell. You get various shells. Now, I haven't really delved into these very much because you get an item called the mortar and the firework launcher as well. But these are the weather-changing ones here. They're not really massively, like I said, one of each. Mostly the only thing that's going to be awkward is maybe early in the game you're low on adhesive. To me, silver's one of those things that you pick up all the time because apparently every single person on the planet had a little silver pocket watch. But they're pretty straightforward. Nuclear red. This is going to be great for those of you who are on console, who want to make kind of artistic pictures or videos like me where you just want the clear weather all the time. But they're just made for there. Now again, one of the major things that were added, I'll quickly show this in a sec. Actually, I'll show it at the end, but basically I put a little... You can actually create your own items. It's quite resource intensive, but it's looking to be quite fun. For survival playthroughs, I think you're going to have a lot of fun. I did check, I'll show you in a second, but I did try and make some ammunition. It uses a lot of lead, which, unless you know, there are a couple of locations where you can get quite a lot of lead, but it's not massively common. Also, like with the iPods, the iPod bots, iBot pods, it doesn't have all of the ammo, which is really annoying. Alright, let's just go through all of the items, shall we? So, by the way, if you're ever curious, you'll see a cross in the corner when you've got a new item as added to this section of the workshop. However, it still seems to include all of the old DLC items as well. So, let's just go through. So, the first things first is we've been given the warehouse tab, which is effectively the Barnes tab, but with a different skin. There are a few extra bits, though. So, it's the prefabs here. I actually, to be honest, will probably just not use the Barnes tab barely at all now, because I just prefer the corrugated steel look. The Barnes tab, to be honest, if you can just quickly go over here a second, it suits a very particular kind of settlement with its color scheme. It's, it's quite a... it's quite a bold colour, whereas this will kind of blend in a lot nicer. Very, very quickly. I will do a tutorial, by the way, on this. So basically, let's go for the prefabs here. So we've got, one thing this adds is actually glass ceilings. So we can actually make greenhouses now, which is great. So you can pretty much make the greenhouses from Green Top Nursery or Grey Garden, which is pretty cool. Pretty much the prefabs are pretty much similar to what we got in the Barns tab. Let's quickly hop through the floors here. They're kind of like a just slightly darker version of the original floors from the Barn tab. Various walls in different states of decay. And you can see it's very similar to the Barn tab. Now, obviously, some people are going to complain, oh, you know, they basically just reskinned it. Well, if you think about it, that's kind of what the metal and steel is in a lot of ways. But they have actually added quite a bit extra onto this. So you've got these glass walls now, which are going to be great. I mean, actually building greenhouses, you're going to get lots of builds from me, by the way. Which is why what I'm going to do for the guides for this DLC, I'm spread it over a couple of videos. So one will be focusing maybe making a greenhouse, then using the hoppers, and it's very complex. There's lots of shit added. So the roofs, again, very much just a reskin version of the Barns tab. However, you go further on, things get a bit more exciting. So we get glass, which is going to be cool. I'm just really excited to have greenhouses for, you know, my special Davey production that I like to do. But it's pretty cool. I quite like these a lot. I think it's just added, this DLC has added several construction tabs within the structures tab. It's absolutely insane. So kind of slightly darker version of the stairs. A few more doors, which is quite nice. Quite like some of these. That's literally the barn door. This one's good. Rolling metal door. So you can actually have your own, similar to what you have in Red Rocket, basically. That's going to be a fun one, I think, especially for what I want to do, which is a power armor stroke, a new workshop build, now that we've got all of the weapon stands. So the misc tab, this is cool. We've got some new metal posts. I did pop one on here. But basically, you want I think this one will probably get a little bit more use than the wooden one, to be honest, because it's not as... Just the texture doesn't just distract from the eye as much as the wooden one. From the barn tab can get it, because if it's grey, it just can kind of like wear against you a little bit. And then obviously a roof cupola, which you can, by the way, put little lanterns on the inside. So let's go. This is my favourite. This is just absolutely glorious. You see, I've used it a little bit. It snaps really easily. So you've got these two prefabs here. You can make some amazing towers. Oh my god. Now this is the part I'm really excited. So this is where this is my favourite. This is how boring I am. You've got these new platforms, which obviously those of you who have watched my videos before know that I have quite a nice technique that I like to use the wooden floors. Which is what I do, is I sink them into the ground like this. And I use them, say, on ground, earthy ground here, and I can just sink them in, and you can make kind of nice little walkways. However, what we get in the scaffolding tab, which we've always wanted, let's quickly go to the floors, all excited. Let's skip that one for the frame of a second. We get ramps. Now, obviously, the main point is this, for you to actually have ramps going at the side of your scaffolding, but we can actually use these for effective walkways and bridges throughout the settlements now. When you've got a raised piece of earth, you can literally just make a little wooden bridge. So, you know, the idea, and realistically, if you've got a really uneven ground, the apocalypse, you're not going to just keep trudging up a big muddy hill. You're going to make some kind of walkway. And that's why this... So good. Yes, so good. And the good thing is that this one, because it has no edges, you can basically, like, put it next to each other and have just actual ramps. So that makes me very, very happy. So quickly going back to the framework here. This is, like, literally... None of you have an excuse, me included now, to have structures that look like they're floating. If I see any... I'm going to go on Fallout settlements in a week, yeah? Any floating settlements, floating buildings, I'm going to stab out eyes over the internet. So we got quite a few sizes of these. They snap really easily. They basically just snap underneath like that. This one was a bit of a nightmare just because of the proximity close to that building, but it's you know, it's pretty hunky dory. It's pretty self-explanatory, really. Various different sizes. I imagine this is where it gets quite overwhelming, because obviously, if you want to make something like that, it can hurt the eye a little bit. So we've got various like that. I said the stairs. Quickly go through those again. They've just given us all kinds of stairs and ladders. They've really just... Oh, love it. Love it. So happy. And then we've got 2 different kinds of scaffolding railing. A quick note on those as well is you use them around the edges of your elevators to basically effectively mean that you don't walk out with the, off the side or out the back or anything like that. It just adds a little bit more texture. Quite nice. So next one. I didn't expect this at all. You're getting boxcars. I think it was mentioned. To be honest, I didn't really read much on this DLC because I was too overwhelmed. And I wanted to be surprised this time. So the boxcars are the trains that you see various throughout the game, and we've all seen these before. These are just awesome to kind of mix, around with the trailers and the buses for making, own little boxcar houses. What I'm excited for, now picture this, and I am going to do this at some point, is say I've got an entrance to a settlement here. I could make a boxcar gate. So I plap down a boxcar, use the door, and effectively that could be the entrance to my settlement. I've seen this done before, and it looks really good. And also using this as connecting it to your walkways. So you've got a walkway going around a settlement. You've got loads of boxcars on these little platforms here like that. You could turn these into little shops. I've got so many ideas for this tab. It's unbelievable. It's going to be, so good. So good. Like, imagine over water as well. Yeah? Yeah? Oh, thank you, Bethesda. Thank you. Right. So, after the boxcars, I've got the orange ones version. So basically, you've got kind of blue and orange versions of all of the boxcars, which is quite cool. I'm trying to go a bit more swift into this one because there's just so much to show, and I don't want another hour-long video. I did check there are no new doors in the doors tab, because at the cross I did want to check. Now, elevators. Elevators do require quite a bit of power, to the point where it might be a bit tricky until you've unlocked the fusion core generators, so you need science level 4. However, they're pretty straightforward. You can snap them onto things. At that point there, I'll show you actually. Let's just grab a board from here a second. It is a little bit temperamental. Like, for example, when I was trying to snap it to there, it bloody wasn't working. Basically, it snaps up there, and I believe... No, it's on the floors. So you can have one... That's just the one floor one, so that's going at one level. That one there is for going up 3 floors? It gets a little confusing. I've got that one. Yeah, I've got 2-floor elevator. Oh, it includes the bottom floor, that's why, yeah. So that one's 3 floors, and that one's 4 floors. That one's going to get some use in my big Tower of Doom that I'm eventually going to make. You see, they're kind of not massively resource intensive. They just do use a lot of steel. I actually had loads of steel, by the way, until I made that. So after this, now, I haven't even touched these. I don't even know what I'm going to be using these floor 4 at all. I imagine it'll work quite well with the hoppers, and actually, because a lot of the items you can make, and I'll show you in a sec, are kind of like ball bearings and things like that. There's going to be good fun, but this is where it gets a little bit confusing and I imagine overwhelming to everyone. I'm going to basically spend a few days before I actually make a guide on how to make something fun out of these. But the thing is, also bear in mind, with everything we get, they're all very good decorative items, and that's probably what I'll get most of the use out for them, is basically using these in an unconventional way, like with the boxcars I suggested about making a doorway, but you've got quite a lot of things here, like funnels, and I think that's just the bearing that you can actually make those, and I think you can attach the hoppers so they basically fall down, and you can have a giant little mouse trap of ball bearings, but it's quite a little overwhelming. You do get quite cool things. These supports here, do they sink in? Oh, yeah, they do sink in. It's just, I think it's better doing that way. Yeah, they sink in. So you got a dual support. If you want an alternate support, wooden support to the ones that we've been using before, it's all very weird looking. God, this is going to be confusing. I did check, and I don't believe there is anything in the MISC tab at all. Let me double check in case I'm lying. I was not. Grand. Nothing in the furniture tab, to my knowledge. Let me just have a quick gander in here. Was there anything in here I might have missed? Nope, nothing in the furniture tab whatsoever. So decorations. Somebody is now the first one. We've got armor display racks for both genders. I've tried. You can't shoot them, annoyingly. I was hoping to kind of actually, if maybe I could punch them around a little bit. They're pretty straightforward. They work the same as Skyrim actually. Right. And then you just equip it, basically like a settler. And it's pretty straightforward. It looks pretty cool. I, for one, am going to probably use these mostly... Well, I've always found that armor racks, I always felt looked a little bit... I know a lot of you are really excited for it, but I personally didn't use them so much. But we'll see. Anyway. So alongside those, which I'm more excited for, is the two things. One, we've actually got these display cases, which are amazing. Just for the fact is they're not... let's go with that one. Because you can actually open them up, right? This is going to be really fun for the more... Well, for starters, no settler is going to knock those over anymore. Anything that you put in there is safe, I'm assuming. So it's quite cool for your display cases of all of the rare and quirky and interesting items you find throughout the game. I'm quite excited, so it's going to be pretty grand. We've got different sizes as well, so pretty much. I mean, we've all seen these throughout the game. I believe you could even scrap a couple, so this is going to be quite fun. Lots of different styles. This one's freaking grand. I love this. So this is cool. Power armor displays. I like this a lot. I don't believe they don't work like workshops. We see they're lighted. Let's just pop one here. I should actually have maybe popped my armor in there, but oh well. It's the white one. You connect them up. Well, you don't connect them up because apparently it's not high enough there. There we go. And I think the great thing about this is it just gives you, again, you're getting a new workshop build for me. Don't you worry. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. Also, Echo Lake Lumber Mill is going to be mainly where I'll do my industrial stuff, in case you're curious. But this is going to be great. The lighting is really good, so it actually just kind of highlights your armor in a pretty funky-looking way. I'm a little disappointed they didn't give us the other power armor workshop that you've seen. You probably would have seen it specifically in the Pridwin. The slightly more advanced-looking power armor stand, which is a bit of a shame. Oh, and you can connect these together. I did not realise you could do that. So there we go, they snap together. Weapon racks. These are cool. You've got all different sizes and shapes, depending on the size of the weapon. Right, criticism. I have got a criticism of the weapon racks. Let me demonstrate. If I pop this one here. It's just one thing that just annoys me about these. I'll put no substitute up there. Is it places the item in the center, and you can't put anyone else on. I think you can only have one item on it. Let me just quickly grab a couple of extra guns. I haven't finished decorating here, by the way, so leave me alone. Don't be mean. Prior later, jump jet, minigun, Old Faithful. That'll do. So the problem a little bit is that you can't actually stack loads of them on here, which is a kind of a shame. You get to inside, so I don't think... Yeah. Which is a bit of a shame, because I kind of wanted it so it looked like there were several guns. Like, we could put, you know, like there was, like, one at the top, one maybe going vertically. That's a shame, a little bit. But it's still cool. I mean, we've got it there. It's great. They look cool for decoration. I love the fact that we've got loads of shit to put on the walls. So display a single pistol, single bead. Actually, it tells you at the top. Medium-sized weapon, large weapon. So this one here, for example, is specifically... I think this one actually looks pretty cool. I like this one quite a lot. I mean, that looks badass. I like that. I prefer that to that. I'll probably just not use the bigger ones. I'll probably use the smaller ones and maybe put them next to each other. I imagine that'll go for a good look. Right, so alongside that, we've got... I did check the carpets, no rugs. Now, before I go to the signs, we do have one thing in this tab here. Is this tab here? Yes, this is right at the end. No, it's not in here. Lies, David. It was all in the wall decorations. Okay, let's go to that first. So basically, inside here, we have a new Coca-Cola clock, which I think shows the correct time. It does not show the correct time. Oh, wait, no, I think this is meant to be frozen at the time of the nuclear launch. That was it. I remember now. So let's just go through here. So, no new flags. I was sure that Mountain Blood Bug was new, but I'm not too sure. Okay, so this is the main thing we're getting. We get two different styles of posters. When I was scrolling through this, I was like, oh, what the hell are those? Because they're actually like... movie posters. They're really thick mounted on these frames. Basically, I'm going to skip through these because these are just thicker versions of what we already have. But we do actually have non-stupid versions of them as well, which is great. These ones here. Which look just... I'm so happy. I think one of the reasons why they didn't have posters in originally was because of the fact that I think they were so thin that it might have had some texture clipping issues. So any surface that was too textured, it would have the posters would have just clipped through. Let's pick a good one. So we've got, there we go, Mr. Pebbles. So what else? Actually, let's give... I think a older Sheffield in his Nuka-Cola van needs something. Or not. I guess we won't put it on there, will we? Let's put it on the side, fuck it. Get it. But you can see, I think they've literally added every single one in the game. Like, every single poster. They've got the Silver Shroud posters, which is so good. I'm so happy. I'm actually have to look through. I think, yeah, they've got all of the Unstoppables ones. You can really theme rooms with this as well. Like, for example, because I obviously always go with the railroad, because I'm boring, but I also love covert action. I'm going to have my own little hideout in here, and it's all going to be, you know, kind of anti-communist, just pro-military shit. Oh, no, obviously, if you like, you know, going for your Brotherhood of Steel, you've got your big robots there as well. Really, just, it's so cool. Had a look through the signs. There are no new signs, which is a little bit of a shame. What else? There is so much for me to show. You're probably getting why I'm not showing you everything. Right, let's go out here for the power. So yeah, there's so much for me to show you that I'm trying to kind of show you in a reasonably decent amount of time. So next on the power one, now no new generators. We have a few new switches. I've already shown you one of them. There are quite a few. There's so much. So these are... Effectively, they're just... You shoot them, as I said. This one switches it permanently on and off. This one just briefly turns it on and off. You can choose either one. I chose that one because I didn't want my flare thing to constantly be on if I shot it. And that one's already got that. Now, this is confusing as shit. However, see the power conduits that go across the ground, right? And normally they use copper, which is a bit of a pain in the knob. And you're all different kinds. However, I think... My issue is, I think they're meant to connect, these are meant to connect on the ceiling, or slightly... I'll have a guide for these at some point, but my hope was they would just connect on the ceiling and we could basically wire up the inside of houses. Like, you can have it, you know, so as one was here, and then you have the piping. So I haven't used these at all. I looked at them and just thought, this is fun. But you can have some quite... There's some interesting ideas here, but I haven't even touched these. Obviously, the main reason is for using them to actually track around the edges of our production facilities, but I would like to be able to use them to decorate the inside of houses and just kind of add a bit more of a safer-looking power supply. No new lights, I believe. Let's quickly just scout over. Nope. Okie dokie. Right, in the misc tab, we have got some new stuff. I haven't actually used this yet. I want to use this right now. I forgot about this. I'm all excited. So this needs to face that. I'm actually going to face it towards there because it might hurt someone. I think I just have to put stuff in there. Do I have to put anything in there? Oh, stupid. That's going to be fun. Anyway, but that's cool. I like that. I approve wholeheartedly of that thing. Oh, please don't kill anyone. Which way is forward? I don't know. Let's just put it that way, so at least it's not pink. Right, this... Oh, it floats that way. Right, okay. You have to literally put things inside this. Let me quickly demonstrate, shall I? Actually, I'll just... Sorry in advance for any items that I lose. Oh, fuck it. Let's just throw something big. Let's throw the junk jet through the junk mortar. Don't worry, I'll reload. Whoop. to power that? You have to power it. So that's fun. Gonna have a lot of fun with that. I don't know if people can... Oh my god, I bet you totally can. I'll get in it at the end, yeah. Anyway, so alongside that, let's go back to my power tab. Was I missed? Yes, I was. So we've got the firework mortars, which are those things there. You've just got two kinds. One that shoots directly up. Two new switches, which is great. I quite like these. Just the idea that I think the idea is if you just make fun, little complex machinery, and like this is something you'd put on the side here, and then you'd shoot. I'm just going to try and use these in a weirder way, like have it so I have a bunker that has a switch at the top, and you shoot the switch to get in, because I just think it's silly. I've never used these things in my life, but the various powered speakers for you to just make weird and wonderful bullshit noises, whatever you want, really. And obviously we've already had those. Nothing in the neon signs. Try and miss. Yeah, this is I'm not gonna lie, I'm not very good with circuits at all. Just a quick note as well, if you're ever confused or anything, they always do update the. I might probably show you this now. Actually, they always do update the help menu. So you literally still, so you can actually go down, I don't know shit about logic gates. I'll figure it out because I'm obsessive, but it does actually tell you how to work everything in case you ever need a quick reminder on how anything works. Right, so logic gates, don't know what the fuck they do. Conveyor belts, I'm not going to build any of these because I don't have any resources left. Just bother you, I need to steal. So basically we got the various ones. This is, I mean, we saw this is the stuff that was highlighted mostly in the trailer. Oh, is the weather getting shit? Maybe we'll use a firework in a sec. There are loads of different kinds to make loads of weird and wonderful things. Also, again, as I said before, a lot of this stuff I will use outside of its normal function. These are a prime example. Let's wait for it to get really shit before we use that. A stuff that I'm just going to connect to a side of building to make it look like it has air conditioning. Especially for concrete, I think, because concrete, I think, looks like it might actually need something like this. And obviously various different kinds of strip wires. Right, let's just make another one of these. This is an absolute godsend for me, because that means I don't have to spend hours and hours. Oh, it does move a little bit. I love it. Right, sorry, let me just rush through this now. So those are that. Then we've got the various machinery. Each of these, basically, you connect them. Each one does, it says at the top what they do. Builds clothing, energy weapons. Oh, right. Maybe you can get one that actually does energy weapon. Ammo, pyrotechnics. Food processor. The food processor looks quite fun. Basically, I'll show you how one of those work in a second. But you basically connect them to terminal, and then it tells you what each thing requires, and you put items in the junk inside, and then it makes the thing. And then you have these things as well. Again, the part idea is this is just the various conveyor belts will drag the item across. I'm going to build a very complex one later down the line, don't worry. But basically, these just allow you to... Jesus, it's complex. But you get the idea. Yeah, it's all very good fun. It's all very good fun and needlessly complex. These are awesome, and I didn't realise when I checked these this morning. Adding to the love... that is signs. We basically got all these wonderful little arrows. And basically allows us to actually have little... They're quite good. They power up. Oh, I have to actually directly connect that one. That's a bit bollocks, isn't it? Come here. Pretty much we finally got a decent sign. I don't know, I've probably seen in my supplements before, but I've been using... the gas station sign, whereas obviously this one is actually a sign, and obviously you can put writing on it, and actually, good for like movie stuff, and also this actually snaps, as you can see, so it means it spaces out good. However, what I'm probably going to do is do things like put actual posters and flags on there and stuff. It's not exactly perfect, but or just connect actual signs to it. Basically, yeah, so you've got the posters you can put on there as well. It's all very exciting, very, very cool. Again, see, this DLC has so much stuff that I just wasn't expecting. Right, let's go back here. So much to do. So that's the marquee with all the various letters that you've seen before. Nothing in defense. Oh, wait, no, yeah, we've got one, which is a stationary gun, which is basically kind of like a pipe pistol for like just a really shitty version. And you got one, which is a paintball gun, which fires, well, paintballs at the enemy. I haven't used it before. Apparently, there's a paintball gun in the game. I haven't found it yet. Someone please correct me, and if you can as well, if it is in the game, please tell everyone where it is. Getting to the resources tab. There's nothing in new. Water, food, misc. I believe these are the stocks. Oh, Marcy. Come here, Twinkle. Where are you? While we're waiting for Marcy to come, let's just ring this bell. Testimony to how much we actually have to show in this game that I've gone through an entire day. So that's basically stopped. I'll show you in a second, but basically the people only stay in there for a short period of time. No new shops, no new crafting, and no new cages. Not Mama Muffy. Where are you, you bitch? It's also going to be quite fun connecting that to the little baseball bat thing, the item launching thing. Where are you, Marcy? Where are you? Oh, they're hiding. Fuck it. We'll just use Mama Murphy. We'll use Sturgis. Sturgis! In the stocks, buddy. I also got an achievement because I hadn't done that yet. There we go. So they're walking. I think this is just a way of you punishing the settlers you dislike, or maybe just getting someone out of the way for a short period of time. Sorry, Sturgis. You're actually quite a cool guy. Right, that's ridiculous. That is wonderful. Right, anyway, let me show you the item hopper quickly. I'm also going to just quickly wait until the morning too. One sec. Right, so let me show you the builders. Also, as of note, when I slept, it was raining, and I used the Clear Skies firework to clear the weather. So I'm a very happy guy right now. I do love these elevators, because it adds an extra degree of security, because I don't think your settlers will ever use them, to my knowledge. So this is going to be quite fun for just, I've got my, I'll show you my door in a second. A lot of you have seen it before, but basically with the powered door and this elevator, this entire place is effectively completely locked down from my settlers. I put something quite basic up here. I didn't really have much space. I will actually build something else somewhere. So basically this is just the normal basic builder. So there are various different kinds. And you basically connect it to a terminal. And it'll give you a list of items that you can make. In this instance, because I don't have many resources, I'm just going to make some bowling pins. So it tells you, let me go back actually, it tells you exactly what, once you've selected it. So, wood, plastic, 3, okay. So if I go in there. And this item here is the one that actually stores it. And it'll eventually just turn itself on in a sec. It'll start. What do I have to do afterwards? I always forget. There we go. And it just keeps making them. Basically. It's pretty good. I quite like the function in this. It feels very RP friendly. Obviously, for example, what you really want is ammunition stuff. I'll take a look at the other ones, see what the resources are for, and the contents transferred to the workbench, so we're fine. But I'll go to, where is it? Manufacturing, there we go. For example, no steel left. It's fine. Just randomly scrap some steel. Thank you. Get a food processor. So let's have a gander at the food processor. I'm actually curious to see whether they're oh, Okay, so I won't bother creating them, but this is you can make any food you want. I'm very curious whether it's actually whether you can actually make pristine stuff, though I doubt it. So yeah, there we go. I believe that's everything. Let me just double check again. Make sure I missed anything. I don't believe so. No, we're pretty good. We're pretty good. Yeah, so this has been possibly one of the most unexpectedly awesome DLCs ever. You know, I made a joke earlier on Twitter and I posted on Reddit that pretty much this is just the DLC should be called fucking everything, because that's what they've gone and done. They've just added fucking everything. So much stuff that we weren't expecting to receive or even thought we wanted. Scaffolding is a prime example of this. Just all the various items they've added. I'm really excited. I know I said earlier in the weekend I was going to do Longfellow's Cabin, then I actually got really drunk on Sunday and was hungover on Saturday, but I will be building up Longfellow's Cabin soon using a lot of the items we've actually just unlocked today. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I know this has been a really long video. As always, follow me on Twitter at norespawns. I will be posting updates on what I'm doing, but also over the coming week, I'll be doing individual guides for the various building materials, and also hopefully figuring out how to use things like the various new conduits and that kind of stuff. Anyway, you guys enjoy your building. I look forward to seeing all the weird and crazy and awesome stuff that you guys make, and you take care.